as well as a counselor for Heartview Foundation, Amanda Seberg. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for coming on here today.
Yeah, good
Thanks
morning.
for having us.
Good morning, of course. I think it's really exciting when we hear new things kind of happening within the community, especially when it's a podcast, really trying to get word out of just people's stories and how it's impacted by drug addiction, alcohol abuse, and everything. And so, Amanda, tell me a little bit about the podcast that you are doing.
So I invite people who are in recovery themselves to come in and tell their story. We start out with what their using life kind of looked like, and then move into, what recovery is for them, what they're doing to reinforce their recovery, how long they've been sober, things like that.
So it's personal stories.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I
Very
think,
personal.
why do you choose to go around that route rather than maybe you being a counselor? What is being offered here with those personal stories, I guess? What means more?
I think it allows some of that stigma around addiction to be reduced in our community. People can hear that it's not a moral failure, it is a disease, but also people who are struggling with addiction can hear that people who have their similar stories can recover, and it is possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And it says a good amount of just every story goes a long way here. So would that be like the big benefit to hear other people's stories and here's where you could be, or this is where you're headed? How would you describe that?
Yeah, I think kind of why AA works too is because it's that you're not alone in your struggles, but also in recovery. And it shows that anything is possible. Anyone can do it. I've interviewed people who were really, really deep into their addiction and they've come out of it. So if they can do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah. I mean, how long have you been a counselor for at Heartview?
11 years. At Heartview, I've been for about 2.5 years, but I have been licensed counselor for about 11.
So there's a lot of expertise, a lot of stories that you've heard, and I'm glad that you are able to share this. And what is the podcast called? Where can we find it?
So it's called The Recovery Chronicles. It's on 102.5 Dakota Community Access. It airs Tuesdays at noon, Thursdays at 11 p.m., and Saturdays at 8 a.m., but you can also stream it from anywhere that you listen to your podcast.
Okay, so easy enough. And from what I understand, you're one of the newer hosts. It's been going on for a little bit, but you kind of just took over.
Yes. Yep.
Good. So super exciting. Props to you, and we can't wait to hear the podcast, and it's already ongoing, so go ahead and listen to it, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to move to you because there's other events coming in from the Heartview Foundation, so tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, a couple things. We have our golf tournament coming up July 18th, so we're still looking for golf teams for that. And that's open to anybody. You don't have to have a relationship with Heartview. We also, it's our 60-year anniversary for Heartview.
Congrats. That's huge.
Yeah, so we've been in the community for that long. And we are going to do a reunion. It's November 1st and 2nd. So we'll have kind of like a celebration on a Friday, and then Saturday we'll have some education. One other resource for the community is we have our Heart Family program. It's open to anybody, so it doesn't have you don't have to have any relationship with Heartview if you have a family member struggling. And they do an hour of an educational session and then an hour of support group, and that's every other Tuesday at I think it's 6 to 8.
Okay.
And yeah, anybody
Just
can
call.
come.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah,
You don't even have to call. You can just show up.
Just
It's
show up.
completely anonymous. The information is on our website.
My last question to you here, Jennifer, is going to be if somebody is watching this segment right now and they are needing help or just kind of even thinking about it, which you should definitely, reach out. What's the first step that they should do?
Yeah, absolutely. So if someone needs help, if you can just call our intake number, it's on our website again. They will walk you through the entire process. So if you don't have insurance, they'll help you apply. They'll tell you exactly. So I think it can be really scary to make that first phone call, and Heartview makes it as easy as possible.
Absolutely. Easy is key. And we want to thank you both for coming on here today, Jennifer and Amanda. We appreciate it.